So maybe you're working on project 2 and you're thinking, I've got my basic kitchen built, but how do I put a counter on there and then do funny things like toe kick and a little bit of a round over on the countertop? Let me show you. I'm sharing my screen. We're going to go back into SketchUp. No surprise there, right? Here's my basic kitchen. I've got a 10 by 10 with a 6-inch wall outside of that 10 by 10. So the floor space is 10 by 10. And I want to put a counter right here. So I'm just going to draw on the wall, or I could draw on the floor, and I'm going to snap something, maybe I'll draw it like that. And then I'm going to type 6 feet, comma, 3 feet. And it gives me that shape. So now what I've effectively done is drawn on the back wall, just like we did in the 2-point perspective exercise. Remember the grid? And we drew on the wall or on the floor. That's great. Push pull, P for push pull. I'm going to pull that out 2 feet, enter, and I'm kind of happy with that. Now I'm just going to go back to my rectangle tool, R for rectangle, and I'm going to draw a toe kick on the bottom here, and that is going to be 4 inches tall. Whoops, 6 feet, 4, that's great. It gives me a 4-inch. It assumes inches. So 6 feet, comma, 4 inches, and it will give me that. And then push pull gives me a chance to grab that and push it in. 3 inches. So there's my toe kick. I'm kind of happy with that. It's not so bad. I'm going to do something very similar up here. Again, rectangle tool, grab that and say 6 feet, comma 1. 6 feet, comma 1 gives me a 1-inch lip on that. Don't give me any of your lip. I'm going to pull that out 1 inch. And now what I want to do is something kind of fun. So I'm going to grab this edge and we're going to round over. So get to a spot where I can kind of see the whole thing. Orbiting and maneuvering is really important. So if you find yourself going, well, I'm not really sure where I want to be. Basically what you want to be able to see the whole thing if you can, and at the same time have enough detail that you can zoom in on exactly what it is that you're doing. So that's a pretty good setup for me. I want to get my 2-point arc tool, and it tells me that's the midpoint of that line. I come up here and it says tangent to edge. Perfect. Of course, a 2-point arc has 3 clicks, one to establish the first point, this one establishes the second point, and then the third one establishes the bulge or the belly or the whatever. And I also want that to say tangent to edge, and there it is right there. My magenta. Now I can pull back a little bit, get my push-pull tool, and zoom along that right there. Push that all the way back until I get to the end, and it goes doink, it disappears. And then if you find yourself going, yeah, those extra little lines really bug me, I'm going to click that line and click this line. Whoops, not that face, just the line. That line and that line, and I'm going to hit, whoops, I got to hit the shift key to get both of them selected, and then control click, and I want to get to the soften smooth edges. I can choose what angle. At what angle do I want those lines to disappear? Right about there. That's where I want them to disappear. Got a little slider there. So that's a counter with a little bit of a lip on the front and a toe kick on the bottom. I'm going to make several more videos, so stick around. If you don't know how to do all this stuff yet, you will soon. See ya.